avoids wakes and political rallies. So, I'm just going to run, you understand?
But, Buddy!
No, I'll write. I will. No, I won't. I always say that. I never do. You take care of yourself, Rose. You're a special...
You're a lousy photographer. Who is that?
Uncle Vittorio.
His head's cut off. How can you tell?
Because that's exactly how he looked in the morgue after he turned state's evidence against Benny the Blade.
Oh, Ma, this is so special, spending this time together.
Yeah, right.
You're telling me that you're not going to take me back?
Yes, Stanley, that's right.
Let me get this straight. You're definitely not going to take me back?
Look, Stanley, I'm sorry.
Dorothy, I'd like to hear the rest of this, but I better get down to the lobby and grab Chrissy before somebody else does.
Right there. All right. The bonds are in my safety deposit box. I'll give them to you this afternoon.
Oh, Blanche, thank you. On behalf of the people of St. Olaf, I'd like to do a thank you dance. I'll need a pot and a sheet, a rubber band, and a spoon.
Are you all right, honey? Wonderful, wonderful. I always wanted to have a nose like Joe Frazier.
Ma, how long were you listening at the door?
I wasn't listening at the door.
Oh, then why was your face pressed against the crack?
That's what the crow said!
Get out!
I feel so undesirable.
Oh, honey, we all have at some point. I know, Blanche, not you. No, I remember when Stanley and I were going through this. We tried everything, relaxation techniques, hypnosis. I fed the man so many oysters when he packed... Ah, there you are. Ma, I scheduled the appointment for your checkup. Ma, you know you have to have a physical. What do you want me to do? Take you to court? Have you declared incompetent?
I'm not incompetent. Once, when I laughed too hard, I had a little accident.
That last night really didn't mean anything. But you're wrong. The fact that it happened at all proves that there's still something between us. And now, we've got a chance to start all over. We could take that cruise we always talked about. We could look into that antique shop.
We're both right beside you to help you through it.
It's not that easy. Eddie has some kind of a strange hold over me.
Oh, baloney. Eddie is just a man cut from the same cloth as the many men who have dumped you over the years. Just think of him as all those men, Dorothy.
Girls, I'm just so glad you're still up. Wait till I tell you about my date.
Wait till I tell you about my discovery.
Let's hear it.
It came to me when I was enjoying my second cup of Ovaltine.
Richard flew me to Atlanta for dinner in his private jet. You're kidding. And that's when it hit me. We don't even need our sludge tube.
Sharks, and she couldn't pay it back. She came to me crying because she was going to lose her house. The only way we could get the money was with Sal's life insurance. So you killed Sal? Of course not. By the way, what kind of policy do you have? You did what? You knocked down 2 pins.
It's a personal trial.
But we're not out of it yet. All we need to win is a...
Respect. These are all masters of their crafts.
Hi, girls. Who are all these old men?
The Osmond brothers, Rose. The years without Donnie have not been kind to them.
These are Vincenzo's friends, Rose.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I've had so much on my mind lately. Have you decided?
Stuff you said in the restaurant still go?
I don't think so, Ham.
The moment has passed. We could never recapture it.
Blanche, that was just 20 minutes ago.
I'm sorry, Ham, but you were just a plaything in my game of sexual. She took that playwriting course.
She turned Mary Had a Little Lamb into a musical.
Don't laugh. Blanche was terrific as Mary. And I made a pretty good lamb, even though my knees were killing me for weeks. Dorothy's performance stole the show.
Come on, I mean, how could you not with material like that?
Buried or cremated?
Neither.
But do you want to be flushed down the toilet like a goldfish?
I wouldn't want to be cremated. I hate heat. And burial. I hate small spaces. I'm a little claustrophobic.
Oh, you're not going to know anything. You're going to be dead.
Oh, place to rent. Well, stop saying that. Hey, wait a minute. The city says you can't have 3 renters, but what if we're all co-owners?
Co-owners?
Yeah. You sell us each a share of the house, and we pay you every month like we always have, but instead of paying rent...
Ignatius on his way to the airport.
Pontiff? Oh, no, Rose, let him go. No, Father, I wouldn't feel right. I'm here for crow's feet.
Well, you're right. He doesn't do that.
Sophia, you won't believe it. You know who's here? The Pope is here.
Dorothy?
We made a rule, no talking, it shakes the plane.
I just have to say one thing. If Blanche is right, and we are going to die this afternoon, I'm glad we're together.
Yes, that's very comforting. Now shut up. They told us to get out of the way when they took the winner's picture with Anita Bryant.
Oh, for those old judges, no, I'd love to hear your song.
Oh, forget it, Blanche.
Please.
Oh, no, the whole experience was too painful.
Please.
We just want to put it out of our minds.
Please.
Hit it, Rose.
Twice in 2 days? Then he shows up with that girl today. Whew, how old could she have been?
Not very.
You're not like most women, Blanche, I'll tell you that.
What do you mean?
Well, wouldn't most women let a thing like this make them feel old?
Yes,
And-
but it's to get my degree.
Well, it's going to take a lot of hard work on your part.
You mean like extra credit?
Well, you could say that.
Oh, well, that's fine. I'm ready, willing, and able. I'll do whatever I have to.
Oh, I like your attitude, Blanche. This is my,
Decision?
We're very sorry, sir. Nurse, do you know what happened to Mrs. Devereaux?
Oh, Mrs. Devereaux canceled her surgery. She checked herself out this morning.
I vote no.
Well, I agree with Ma. I mean, why should we get involved in something that might be dangerous?
Dorothy, if it was going to be dangerous, they wouldn't let us get involved.
Blanche has a point. And besides, if anything happens, we've got the police right here with us.
many years, Giles Forsythe. My God, they've been murdered.
Does this mean we don't get any birthday cake?
2 days later, he died of cholera.
What is the point, Rose?
He was positive he had found the fountain of intelligence. In fact, his dying words were, "I think I've learned something from this."
Girls, what's private? I diapered you.
Yeah, but you didn't diaper Lucas.
I'd like to. Listen to me, I'm as giddy as a 60-year-old.
I am glad you're okay with Ma's coming to live with us in Atlanta. I really think she'd be a little lost without me.
It's my pleasure, Dorothy.
Blanche, that's a beautiful reason to take that job.
Well, that wasn't the only reason. That factory also had a comprehensive dental plan, and I was in desperate need of a bridge and 2 crowns.
War is hell.
So were my teeth. Anyway, while I was working on that assembly line, I met a young man named Andrew
around here. And besides, you have your own friends, don't you?
Well, I've sort of lost touch with my new beach friends. Well, that's okay. I'm a loner. A rebel. Wow, I can't believe I'm actually living right on the beach.
You know, we have these people who are coming to visit, and we still haven't decided what our sleeping arrangements are going to be.
I volunteer to sleep with Sophia.
Oh, no, I think I should sleep with Ma. I mean, we've done it many times before. We always get along just fine.
Except when you're sick. You remember the time you had bronchitis?
Oh, honey, I was really ill.
Inhaler, Miss Vapor Rub. Dorothy, I have been waiting for Larry to ask me out ever since our eyes first met at Dell's Route 1 Chevron. And I climbed up on the hood of his LeBaron and wrote my phone number on his windshield with the heel.
What's wrong with you? But that's over. Just because we're sisters doesn't mean we have to be friends. I'd like to be someday, but you're going to have to make the first move. Goodbye, Holly.
Has truly been a father to everybody in our town.
Your mother must have been a very forgiving woman.
Oh, I got a million things to do before Big Daddy gets here. I have to go pick up his favorite food and his...
Someone that I don't love.
Sven, you've never even met Olga. How do you know you don't love her?
Because I know I'm in love with someone else. I'm in love with Blanche.
Well, I really enjoyed talking with you. I hope we meet again soon.
Believe me, we will.
What did she model? Car covers?
You'll have to forgive my mother.
It's just that we didn't expect you to be this fat.
Bottom half is as good as his top half. I'm in love.
Boy, the timing of Jerry's visit works out perfectly for me. See, his birthday is in 2 weeks, and the office is giving him a surprise roast. So I have to come up with 1 or 2 things that I can kid him about. I can get away with it because he considers me a good friend.
That it was not about sex. There's a lot more than that to Blanche Devereaux. My dream was to be a great scientist, work in a laboratory, do research, find a cure for the common cold.
You know, Blanche, I owe you an apology. I really thought...
Then I'd knock all those test tubes off the table, grab a PhD, and show those lab rats.
I'm sorry for crying.
Me too!
But how can you thank someone who's taken you from crayons to perfumes?
I didn't murder him.
Of course you didn't murder him, honey. He probably had a heart attack. Now look, his family has to be notified. Now, did he ever speak of any family?
He has a sister he lives with.
Yeah, what's her name?
His name was Al Beatty. Her name's Beatty, too. She never married.
Well, that's what the fight was about.
My father offered a dowry, and Charlie wouldn't take it.
Oh, maybe that's because he knew eventually those beans would stop jumping.
Or maybe he just loved me. Beans. I'll have you know it was the... We had a neighbor in Minnesota who killed her husband. She backed over him with a combine, and she didn't even know she had done it until she found little bits of plaid in the corn. She said, funny, that looks like bits of Joe's plaid shirt. And that looks like bits of Joe's overall.
Died.
Buried him.
I mean, what did you do the next day when you had to start putting your life together?
I couldn't do it. I'd been a housewife for 32 years. I totally depended on Charlie.
Yeah, but the point is, eventually you did what you had to do. You took care of yourself.
Why did this have to happen to me? Broke and homeless on Christmas. Why me?
Why you? Why them? Look around you. You're not exactly alone. This is probably the only Christmas these kids are going to have. Think about that for a while. It might take your mind off your own self-pity. I've got to go back to work.
A hand puppet, Rose.
Honey, I am so sorry.
I knew you shouldn't have gone to Columbia University. It's in New York City, for heaven's sake. A subway runs right through it. You want to go to college where there are green lawns and willow trees and young men.
Out for an intimate dinner. Actually, it'll be the first time in weeks that we've been anywhere without Ma.
Is that why you sent her off to the drugstore?
You're dumping your own mother?
Faster than CBS dumped Jimmy the Greek.
Dorothy, I'm shocked at your behavior.
Me too. Dorothy, you just have to believe me.
It's not enough that you have had half the men in Dade County. You have to have everyone else's man. It is pathetic.
I have just never felt so betrayed in all my life. All right, I haven't been a good friend to a lot of people, but I have been a very good friend to you, Dorothy. And you take...
And there's a better chance of finding a doctor.
First, Becky conceives in a clinic. Now she wants to deliver in a bedroom. She's got the whole thing backwards. Oh, this is all wrong. What kind of dope would want to have a baby here?
This place makes me want to...
Get her a Ziggy card?
No.
Oh, my, not Snoopy.
I didn't get her a card.
Dorothy, if you're really so worried about this, well, I'll just let Rose open yours first so you won't be embarrassed.
You know, your ego is so fragile. You have to turn everything into a...
It's from my ancestors. The Vikings were a seafaring people, you know.
They also wore horns on their head and metal braziers. This is not the same.
So he dumped you, huh?
He did not dump me. Jeffrey is being transferred to the Aleutian Islands. He's going to a top-secret base where he can't have any... They're out in the woods somewhere. We better call Harry. We're very lucky we have a pediatrician right down the street.
No, that's a bad idea.
Why?
Because by the time I get my hair done and my face on, that baby could be in serious trouble. Let's call his real pediatrician.
Okay. Pediatrician. Here it is.
In a mask and a cape that you met at a shopping mall? Pretty strange.
Boy, I'll say. She doesn't even know what kind of car he drives. Hello, how do you do?
Hey, has anyone ever told you you are the spitting image of Miss Dinah Shore?
No. Oh, you're putting me on.
Of course he is. And Daddy, this is Dorothy.
I'm sorry.
Please.
Oh, don't be mad, Ma.
Get bent. We're gonna cream you.
Yeah.
We're gonna maul you.
Yeah.
We're gonna beat you into the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a rose and $50 for your dumbest Kaplan brother.
Is Jeremy coming over in a taxi, or is he driving the rental car to the airport?
He's taking the car.
Uh-huh. Well, that's good. Oh, I guess this is it.
Oh, I hate these moments.
Me too. I never did learn how to say goodbye.
$1,000. God, life is beautiful.
Now I don't feel nearly so guilty about spending all that money on this leather jacket.
Branch, I don't mean to be a party pooper, but it looks like they sold you a jacket that someone returned. It's kind of beat up.
No, Rose, that's the way it's supposed to look. It's an aviator jacket.
They aren't living together.
I know what he means.
It's just a little breather, you know, give each other space.
She threw you out, didn't she?
She changed the locks and everything. I mean, she even tossed all my clothes out the window. You can't imagine what it's like searching for your underwear in the back seat of a convertible.
Tell me about it.
Beatlemania? You're giving up a date for Beatlemania?
Oh, Rose, the Beatles were the first and only rock and roll group that I ever really loved. When they came to Shea Stadium, I managed to get a ticket, but one of my kids came down with the flu. It was one of those times when you have to pretend that you love your kids.
I think they should name it after you. Zbornak syndrome.
Dornack syndrome. It sounds like a chess move. Devereaux's disease has a nice ring to it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it was just a thought.
It's him. Who? I can't believe it.
I saw him first, too.
What'd you tell him? I told him he should have dinner waiting for me. Not that I'm such a big fan of squirrel gumbo.
Ma, how do you expect to live together in the same house? You haven't even gotten there yet, and already you're fighting with him.
What? This is Little House on the Prairie? We're at each other's throats all the time. There are more fights here than at Caesar's Palace. There. Will you promise you'll hold my hand the entire time?
Oh, Ma, are you really that scared?
No. I just want to make sure you're not grabbing at brochures behind my back.
Oh, well, let's see. I'm 9 weeks late. It would have been 2 weeks before that, so about 11 weeks ago.
9 weeks late, and you just realized that something is wrong?
Yes, I kind of lost track.
Well, I think you better get out your book and find out what you did that week.
We know what she did. We don't know with who.
Goodbye.
Marmalade. When a close member of the family thinks that she might move out, well, even though we might be happy for her, it's a little upsetting.
Well, if you're worried about the house, don't be. Even if I do move to Charleston, I'll make arrangements for you all to stay here as long as you like.
Oh, Blanche, that's so sweet of you.
That is to get my degree.
Well, it's going to take a lot of hard work on your part.
You mean like extra credit?
Well, you could say that.
Oh, well, that's fine. I'm ready, willing, and able. I'll do whatever I have to.
Oh, I like your attitude, Blanche. This is my,
Shut up and listen. Do you remember the first day you went to school?
No.
I do. You looked so adorable in that pink and white polka dot dress. I loved that dress. Even after you outgrew it, it was tucked away in an upstairs closet for years.
You put it away for sentimental.
It was a hot Minnesota summer, and he had put up one of those little stands on the sidewalk.
Selling lemonade.
Insurance. And I bought a nickel policy on my red wagon. Right after that, my wagon was destroyed.
Oh, hi. Can I make you all some lunch?
Sure, what are you fixing?
Fruit salad.
That sounds good. I'll go get Sophia.
Oh, no, don't bother. She said she has no appetite since she was stabbed in the back.
Oh, my God, who stabbed Sophia?
The chef at Benihana. Angela.
Tom remedies could work a lot better.
You know, Sophia, you're absolutely right. When I was a little girl, Mama used to rub eucalyptus oil on our necks and then tie a sock around to keep it warm. Why, it cleared your sinuses up just like that.
My mother always used to sing to us and make us gingerbread men.
Really, Rose? I think Michael DeBakey does that before surgery.
Welcome, Dorothy.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be here.
So, can you tell me what it... Oh, so tell me, Dorothy, what's it like being a substitute teacher?
Look, Rose, honey, excuse me, but I think you should take another tack. I mean, I'm not saying... Why we're here.
Ladies, I'm sorry. When you told me you were serious, I took you literally. Just forget this stuff. Wear your sweats.
No, Yvonne, we want all that stuff.
Yeah, we do, we really do. Well, I don't. I'm going to stick with my sweatsuit and my PF Flyers.
Oh, no. If you want to move your product, you got to have exposure. All the great Italian chefs had it. Mama Celeste, Chef Boyardee, and Chef Balducci.
I don't remember Chef Balducci.
Oh, right. He didn't have television exposure. That was indecent exposure.
I can afford to buy a house. What do we have for collateral? A gay cook?
Oh, come on, Rose. Nobody is getting married. Now, let's go talk to Blanche.
Dorothy, we'll become bag ladies. Blanche!
Try not to get all choked up.
Look, Dorothy, I appreciate what you did for me, but I got my own plans now.
Okay, Ma. Whatever you say.
I really wish you'd try to get along with Bingo. I mean, maybe you don't know the fun you can have with a pet. Have you ever actually had one?
Well, of course I had a pet. Remember, Ma, I was 6 years old and I wanted a pony.
Not the pony thing again.
She promised me a pony. Who skied backwards on buttermilk?
It was cottage cheese.
The point is, Rose, this Bob Hope story is odd, even for you.
Bob Hope's gone. We just missed him.
Oh, what?
I saw him getting into a limousine and driving away. They said he's going to the airport.
But that can't...
Hey, you're not even going to ask what's wrong?
What's wrong, Ma?
I got 3 days to live.
Fine, Ma. I'll scratch the Ben Gay off the grocery list.
I can't believe you're so insensitive.
Why should you be president?
Well, because I saw Elvis and Harem scare him over 50 times.
So did I.
I have every album he ever recorded.
So have I, and every single.
I slept with him in a Motel 6 outside Chattanooga.
Congratulations, especially women our age, or our balls will get brittle and we'll walk off
That's calcium, Rose. Calcium, not caffeine. This is what has been keeping you awake.
You mean if I stop drinking that, I can sleep?
You may even blink again.
Most colorful dust ball I've ever seen.
This is no dust bowl, Rose.
What do you think it is?
It's a rock. I think it may be some kind of charm.
It is. I learned it from my grandmother. You see, you put a specially painted rock beneath a person's bed to bring them around.
Hi, Rose. Oh, yes, I didn't know you were home.
Oh, my flight got canceled.
Do you realize this is the first time the three of us have been together in 2 weeks? Hey, I have a great idea. Why don't I whip us roomies up a great big fancy dinner?
Oh, sorry, Rose. I've already got plans. So do I. See you later. Look, Rose,
You also know what a handsome doctor looks like. It doesn't mean you got one.
Sophia, she's right. 3 palm trees.
$10,000. Oh my God, we just won $10,000.
$10,000.
Oh, I don't believe it. $10,000 split 4 ways. That's almost $2,000 apiece. Mail call.
Oh, Rose, you're here. That's good. I am absolutely snowed under with this wetlands thing. And as usual, I know I can count on you.
I'm sorry, Dorothy.
What? But, Rose, you always help out.
For 17 straight days in a rocking chair marathon. Of course, she couldn't have done it without the moral support of her children and her husband and his cattle prod.
Okay, that's it. Drink this. It's a secret potion from the old country, guaranteed to put you to sleep.
Looks like milk.
Hi, Ma.
Dorothy, how do you make your voice do that?
Here, honey, I picked up your new glasses.
Oh, thank God. Now I can see. Oh, wait a minute. These are no good.
What, are they the wrong prescription?
No, the wrong frames. I specifically asked for old lady smoke.
Oh, Mario.
I guess all we can do is pray. Unless you know of any surprises, Rose.
Sophia! Now you stop trying to trick Rose just because she's weak and vulnerable and dim-witted.
Yeah. I always figured was perfect for my Dorothy.
Oh, he sure is. He's smart, he's sophisticated.
I was talking blind.
I'll get it.
Hello.
Well, Hello there. How have you?
But you're not in any pain?
No, slight discomfort.
You want discomfort? Try sitting in this chair for 8 hours.
How was the dance recital?
Oh, we were great. They loved us. We've been invited to dance next month at the Sunset Charity Ball.
And there's even...
Wow, this place is fantastic. I feel like I did when I was 20.
You mean unmarried and pregnant?
Blanche, look around. Isn't this wonderful? You're not helping, Rose.
Dorothy, what happened to the commitment he made the last time?
This one is different.
No, this one is not different. He'll hurt you again. A promise means nothing to this man. You'll give the ring back? That's my final word.
Oh. Sophia, I came to get you.
Forget it. You kissed this pleasure palace goodbye when you stole that money.
Come on, get ready. You're going with me. I've got a brand new Harley Davidson out in the driveway.
I didn't know you could ride a motorcycle.
Can't. I pushed it over.
No, it's true. Possum is brain food.
You know, I had a nanny when I was a child. She was my best friend. I could tell her anything and I'd know she'd keep it a secret. Oh, we used to spend the days running and playing in the meadow or playing hide and seek.
This is bad. A recurring dream. Night after night, I had this awful dream that I was trapped in an enclosed space full of men.
Now, what could that mean? Let's give this a second.
Now, wait a minute. There's more to it. Please.
And of course, I was 4 months pregnant.
Look, they put in a bunk bed and a chair. Look, Dorothy, a chair. This isn't going to be so bad. This isn't going to be bad at all.
Yeah, well, I suppose.
Blanche, can we get out of here? It's starting to get dark.
You know, Dorothy, in some ways...
Blanche, how much longer do I have to have this hot towel on my face?
Now, just be patient, Rose. When I tell you to remove this towel, you are going to see what a dramatic difference. Looking for a loan?
You've come to the right place.
Why, Sophia? How'd you get your hands on that kind of money?
I'm a grave robber. What's it to you?
Oh, who knows? Anyway, it started with a B.
That first time, did you have...
Are you serious?
Hello? What? Oh, my God. It's Ma. She's at the airport. They caught her trying to buy a ticket out of the country.
What are you looking at? She scuffed those shoes. I heard her left a mark on that boy.
I'll see you later. I'm going over to Tony's.
For lunch?
No, I just called him. He was in bed. I heard female laughter in the background. It was Angela. They're sleeping together just like I suspected.
Never did this. Night of our senior prom.
Yeah, remember? It took so long to get the tie fixed. By the time I got to the drugstore, it was closed.
I remember. Dorothy!
just can't believe you really feel this way. You know, Lorraine's mother's not the least bit concerned about our age difference.
Well, she's entitled to her opinion.
He's gone.
What?
Pepe's gone. I went to take him milk and cookies and his room is empty.
Can't be gone. We have to find him.
Sophia, where are you going?
Out the window before I'm thrown out. On my own, at least I can tuck and roll.
Last few weeks with Jake have been wonderful, but there's some things about him I cannot get used to.
Really? Like what?
Well, it's a question of breeding. He uses his fingers instead of his knife to push his food. He tucks his napkin into his collar. He wears white after Labor Day.
Blanche, the man is a winner.
Sweetheart, if you want to grab some dinner, we'll have to take separate cars. I'm going to have to leave for home right from the restaurant.
Glenn, forget dinner. We need to talk.
Oh, boy, it's a dark day in Brooklyn today. The Dodgers are moving out and your mother's moving in.
Grandma, here we are. I'm in a wheelchair. I'm not blind. I can see where we are. And it could stand a good vacuum.
Hi, Dorothy. Hello, Mama.
Where was coming here in the first place?
Dorothy, I thought you went to bed.
Can't sleep. I just lie awake thinking about Michael and Lorraine.
Plaid polyester. Rose, you have something in a size 6?
Come on, Ma, I'll help you pick something out. Must be Raymond.
I'll be right out. I just have to get some hard candy and my donut pillow.
How would you like your rear end kicked across the street?
Oh, great. Here's the other $4.
Girls, there is a busload of Greek sailors out front. They want to know how many drachma there are in $8.
I want Leon off the team. Now, I don't care if he is 6'11" and weighs 300 pounds. The boy can't spell his own name unless he copies it off his jersey. Well, no, I'm not going to tell him. You tell him. You're the coach.
Dean Tucker.
Come in. Look, we'll talk about it later.
Long talk last night, and I think I know how I want to handle things.
Thank God. For once, you'll keep your mouth shut.
No. If I want things to be okay, I want to get everything off my chest.
Fine. You'll feel better, but mark my words, you'll lose your daughter.
Morning, everyone.
How'd you get in?
I used the key under the mat. Do I smell waffles?
No, you're always losing everything. You lost our tickets to the Julio Iglesias concert. You misplaced 2 sets of house keys. You even had to have somebody help you find your car at the airport.
I know I didn't lose those earrings. I'll find them for you right now.
You better hurry up. I have to be there by 6 o'clock.
Well, you've still got plenty of time. It's only...
Hey, why don't you come to the studio and we can start right after?
Perfect. Just perfect. Dorothy? To us.
More goofy pictures!
You're right, Blanche. I mean, how could I possibly compete with you? I mean, you've given some of your finest performances in back alleys.
Dorothy's Bornak, I resent that remark. Have you been talking to Ed Tyler? That man has such a big mouth. Which reminds me.
I'm going to find Mangiacavallo. I wanted to see the tasty little morsel he let slip through his fingers.
Where's Doug? Oh, he's checking our coats. Blanche, I want to thank you. You know, he's really a very nice guy.
Well, that's fine for you, but I don't know why I even came. This is the last time I ever date a doctor.
Let me finish. Miles, maybe you did it because you're just a little nervous about us getting married.
Well, I am a little.
Well, that's because we're rushing into it for some free honeymoon, not because we're ready. And Dorothy...
Boxer shorts. And after that, he just kind of lost interest.
Evil is as evil does.
Oh, will you stop being so judgmental? This is a situation you know nothing about. At least Blanche has been there before.
Honey, don't be silly. Jake knows I care for him, but our relationship can only go so far. Now, he knows that as well as I do. That's probably him. Hi, honey.
Hi, sweetheart.
This is exactly what happened during the Great Herring War.
The Great Herring War?
Yes, between the Lindstroms and the Johanssons.
Oh, that Great Herring War.
The two families controlled the most fertile herring waters off the coast.
While I had to make big, huge sacrifices.
I'm not telling you, you're guessing. But to be perfectly honest, you're getting warmer.
Oh, what a wonderful night! Now that Bill's getting out of the service, we can build a life together.
Tie caught in the stamping machine. He'd have choked to death if I hadn't cut his tie with my Girl Scout knife. Well, he was so overwhelmed with gratitude, he let me check my book out for a whole week.
What's so special about that?
Oh, usually he'd only let you check a book out for an hour. Mr. Minky always said books belong in a library.
Fights, vandalism. You were really a juvenile delinquent. But that's all behind you. Tell me, what do you do now?
I manufacture spray paint.
At least all that training didn't go to waste.
If not for the courage of that fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow.
Hey! Hi, this is Rose. Well, shut up and get in here.
I see you're with two double-crossing ex-friends of mine. I'll come back later.
You know, I'm really looking forward to Becky's visit, even though she is in a delicate condition.
Yeah, knocked up and single. How dainty.
Now, I think it's great that she's brave enough to have that baby by herself.
Look who's talking. The president of Knocked Up and Single.
Michael, couldn't you have tried to make it work before you just walked away?
Oh, I tried. God knows I tried. But Ma, she didn't understand who I am. She didn't understand I'm a free spirit. And that's why I like to come home. Because you understand me.
You mean it's not...
Unless a lesbian sheds, that I don't know.
Jean.
Dorothy!
Oh, honey, it is so good to see you.
Sophia! Oh, you haven't aged a bit. You look great. She feels.
Yeah, and what about you? You think I'm terrible because I want my husband back?
Ex-husband, Dorothy. Ex-husband who left you and didn't even have the courtesy to tell you he was leaving. Ex-husband who married somebody half your age just 1 week after the divorce. Ex-husband who's getting married again tomorrow.
Rest of my life. It's very oily.
What about dinner tomorrow night, Dorothy? Say about 8?
Perfect. We'll go to Jack's Crab House. It's wonderful.
Well, girls, is this dress going to stop traffic or what? Oh. Hello there.
Oh, well, now I'm sure he's not dead. Rose, go look.
Come on, Dorothy. He's sleeping. I don't want to wake him.
You could light firecrackers in his nostrils. You won't wake him.
All right, now, Rose, go on. I don't want dead people in my house. A lullaby.
Well, sort of. Mr. Sandman.
Oh, I don't know, Rose.
Dorothy, come on. It's worth a try. It's either we sing or he sings.
All right.
Boom. Boom. See, the same thing happened in my family once. My cousin Astrid...
All right. I'll tell you what happened. Picture it. New York City, Christmas, 1955. Francesca Ragusso's annual Christmas bash. Everyone is there, including the neighborhood heartthrob Salvador DeMilo. All the women adore us. No, I left an hour ago. What does it look like?
Look, can't the two of you at least say goodbye like civilized human beings? All right, that's it. I give up. Ma, goodbye. Angela, let's go. No, wait. I have something I want to say. When I was a little girl, there were two people...
Resort on the Black Sea. For weeks, she frolics at this seaside resort and enjoys the company of many young men, all of whom adore her.
All of them?
Shut up, Edna. I work alone. All of them. When it's time to return to Sicily...
Not worrying about the end of the world.
Hey, what's with the long faces?
Oh, we were just talking about the bomb.
Very nice. You haven't even seen my new act.
No, we were not talking about you.
Everybody's going to be talking about me when they see what I cooked up for the talent show.
Class president in the 3rd grade.
Why, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, his campaign slogan was vote for me and I'll show you my wee-wee. He won by a landslide.
Which one's a slut?
Rose, it is not here.
Look again, it has to be.
Rose, I have read every want ad in the paper. Mine is not here. Are you sure you dropped it off at the newspaper office?
Dorothy, you...
Yes, Blanche.
I just wanted to hear it out loud before I had another bowl of ice cream.
I have an idea. Let's go out to dinner and celebrate Valentine's Day ourselves. Just because we don't have dates doesn't mean we can't have a good time.
It doesn't?
Rose is right. I mean, this is hardly a disaster. We're not the only women in the world.
The point is, nobody knows what we saw. You don't. I don't. Not even Major Barker does.
Major Barker?
Duke, that's the man I spoke to today down at the military base. I told him what we saw, and he said they'd check into it.
Ma, you slept with him, didn't you? Ma, come over here. Look me in the eye. Did you sleep with Tony Del Vecchio?
Oh, but you could eat breakfast off there. Then the two of us with... Rose, when did you get in?
Dollars.
$5. $100.
Finley, what are you doing here?
I'm buying a date with the woman I love.
Oh, geez, not in front of people.
110.
What the hell is he doing? Didn't you give him a limit?
Wonderful news. The contractor says he can start building the hot tub tomorrow.
Oh, this is so exciting. So, Blanche, you must be paying extra to get a building permit that quickly.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. The damn government isn't going to see 1 red cent of my money.
But Blanche...
Well, when I saw your mother again after all these years, something happened. We talked, we laughed, we held hands, we fell in love. Actually, we got a hot dog before we fell in love. But the point is, we're crazy about each other. And if this turns out to be a mistake, what the hell? We'll probably be dead before we find out.
Just wheel these to your room. Oh, thank you. No, thank you.
Hi, Sophia.
Sam, how are you doing?
I'm feeling real good today.
I know, your strength's coming back. You wheeled yourself all the way down the hall.
Excuse me.
Slowly. You have to watch very closely.
Blanche, are you going to marry Harry?
Marry Harry, marry Harry.
A little rhyme.
Knock it off, are you?
Yes, next week. A moron, but he knows how to fix a toilet.
This is fine with me. But the longer I let you do it yourself, the more I'm going to get paid when you finally call.
Yeah, well, I have news for you, Lou. We are not calling, ever.
You ladies haven't seen the last of me. And you want to know why? Because as we say in the plumbing game, it's net...
This is my seat. You're sitting in my seat.
Excuse me, I didn't know your 80-year-old butt was so sensitive.
I sit in this seat every day. You got no right sitting in my seat.
Relax. I'm moving.
You're always doing this kind of thing. You're never thinking about anybody but yourself.
What are you talking about?
In Mr. William Shakespeare's masterpiece, Macbeth, I feel sure after our date he'll make a decision in my favor.
Oh, well, come on. Now, Blanche, you're not just using this guy to get a part in a play.
Of course not, Dorothy. I'm gonna let him use me to get a part in a play.
Blanche! Blanche! Does he have a friend for Dorothy? We know this is me.
$10,000.
10,000 once, 10,000 twice, sold for $10,000. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Would you mind if I said a few words to the audience?
For 10 grand, they should let him shower with the audience.
I guess now I'll never get to fly on the Concorde.
And I'll never get to buy that emerald pendant to dangle. Me too. Besides, spending all your time with Sophia isn't really helping her, Dorothy. She needs to get out there and meet her own friends.
I'm not going. She needs me.
Dorothy, please give this thing you're doing some thought. Raymond is such a great guy, and he's been more than reasonable.
And he's the only man who hasn't dumped you after the first date and...
Al,
Yeah?
how'd you like the pasta?
That's okay. I'm not really that crazy about Italian food.
Lucky for you, you carry a gun.
Excuse me?
I said the last 3 days with you have really been fun.
Fun in the buff at a mountain retreat. Hike, swim, and play volleyball while the sun beats down on your fanny. Call David Horowitz. I mean, how can they get away with this misrepresentation?
I don't understand how people can run around showing their naked bodies to the Herring, and the Lindstroms wanted to train them for the circus.
Weren't they kind of hard to see riding on the elephants?
Oh, not that kind of circus. A herring circus. Sort of like SeaWorld. Only smaller. Who? Thor Anderson was the boy who took me to the Valentine's dance my senior year. I asked Thor to take me just to make Charlie jealous. Oh, I feel awful. I used Thor.
You say that like it's something bad.
Blanche, this is serious. I mean, he thinks I cared for him, and
But that's a separate story.
I wouldn't mind hearing it. Oh,
Rose, shut up. Now, everybody stay where you are and go to sleep. I have to go to work early in the morning.
Oh, darn, I forgot something.
Go in your pajamas Saturday night.
Oh, all right, get in.
Listen, did you hear that sound? Yeah, and as long as I'm in my own bed, I'll do what I want.
Sophia,
I forgot to give you this letter.
oh, from Sicily.
A gift from Cousin Vito.
A feather. That's a message of some kind, isn't it?
What are you babbling about?
Don't play dumb with me, Ma. Everything from Sicily.
Sophia, the things you say, she didn't mean that, Blanche.
Of course I mean it. Look at her. My cab driver would fall in love. Can I get something to eat, or is the fancy man in the kitchen?
The way she talks. She can't help it.
Is that what this is all about? You think I put a curse on you?
Well, it's true. You got mad at us for firing you. That's why you reversed that love potion you gave me.
Honey, that wasn't love potion. That was Chanel number 5.
A bottle of Chanel number 5.
Perfume or cologne?
Cologne.
Forget it.
I will introduce you to all of Jeffrey's naval officer friends. Some of them have been at sea for more than 6 months.
Just make yourself comfortable.
Rose, we have to talk.
Forget it, Sophia. I'm not talking to you. What you did is the worst thing you've ever done to me.
Oh, come on. Worse than the time I barely
Usually worked like a charm. Except every once in a while, there'd be a cow with a particularly low udder, and it would brush across my forehead and wake me up.
I just don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just torn and confused. Guess I'll have to think about it all tomorrow. After all, tomorrow is another day.
Oh, no, what is the occasion?
There's no occasion. I just know it's your favorite. I'll get it.
Come on, Ma, this takes 12 hours to make. Now, what do you want?
Nothing. And it takes 16.
Ma, the only time you make lasagna al forno is for funerals and favors. Now, you're not wearing black, so what do you want?
Sick.
I think so, too. I really do. But nobody believes me.
Doctors don't know everything, Dorothy.
You're right.
I mean, they think they do, but they don't.
You're right.
I mean, after all, Dr. Seuss was a doctor, too.
Oh, get in here, you. Oh, I've missed you, Ted.
I missed you too.
I just have so much to tell you about, how good I feel about us and how much I was worried that you being in a wheelchair would be more than I could handle. But you know what?
I thought you were going to spend the night at Janet's.
Well, on the way over there, I got to thinking, is there really any reason for me to be running away from Merrill? I mean, the man has paid his debt to society, hasn't he? After all, is there any man
happy about it? Didn't you like her?
Oh, I adored her. She was like another mother to me. In fact, she was the only friend I had. I was a lonely child. My sisters refused to play with me because I was so beautiful. Do you know what that's like? No, of course you don't.
You see, 10 seconds, nothing happened. Oh, God! Ma, stop.
Oh, suddenly somebody believes me.
Did I hear the bell?
Listen, Rose, do me a favor. Look out the peephole and see who's at the door.
Sure, Dorothy.
Gee, it's the story of the Duke and Duchess of Windsor.
Or the story of Rose and Charlie Nyland.
You know, when I think of one, I automatically think of the other.
When Charlie and I started dating, I got the feeling that his folks didn't like me. That's when I decided to get to the bottom of things, and I found out about Mom.
Please, Pussycat, I'm on a roll.
I'm sorry, Sophia, but I'm not going to let your skepticism ruin my entire evening. Mel and I were meant to be together.
I wish I could say the same for your thighs.
No, there was something about him that turned me off. I think it was the way he cleaned his ears with his keys.
Hi.
You're home early. Did you enjoy yourself?
Not really. Miles' friends are all college professors.
Why? Don't you think I knew what your brother Phil was doing in the bathroom when he said he was oiling his baseball glove? He was working on his simplicity patterns.
Well, good night. Sleep tight. See you.
Talk to me, too.
Oh, thanks, Blanche, but it really involves Dorothy's friend.
We're going.
Now, you just settle down. You hear me? Settle down.
Ooh, don't make me do this, Dorothy. This ball feels like it weighs about 100 pounds.
Honey, I sympathize with you. I mean, anyone who has ever competed understands what you're going through. So listen, sweetheart, if you don't feel like bowling, you don't have to.
Oh, good.
You just hold on.
Girls, the rough cut of my documentary is done. I want you to see it. Where's Blanche?
Where she's been for the past 2 days, locked in her room crying.
I can't believe she's still upset because her college classmates look better than she does.
I can. I tell you, her looks have always been very important to Blanche.
Blanche is...
No, it's true. Possum is brain food.
You know, I had a nanny when I was a child. She was my best friend. I could tell her anything and I'd know she'd keep it a secret. Oh, we used to spend the days running and playing in the meadow. We're playing hide and seek.
Hey, everybody, it's 10 o'clock. Do you care where your children are? No!
Oh, Blanche, there you are. Where have you been?
All right, everybody stay right where they are. The wagons will be here momentarily to transport all of you downtown.
Downtown? He means jail.
Oh, really, Rose? I thought he meant Neiman Marcus.
I've never been in jail.
Say that there were two things a lady could never have enough of. Lace handkerchiefs and gentlemen collars. Maybe next Mother's Day I'll bring you a gentleman collar. You want to go in the dining room, have some tea? Not right now, darling.
When I come to the next morning, just stinking to high heaven, I look down and I've got this scorpion tattooed on my belly. But it's nice work. You want to see it?
No! Well, where did you find him? He's disgusting.
Well, at least I have a man.
Have one. Sounds like you swallowed one.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention?
Why? They didn't believe in anesthesia back then. They had a nurse hold a pillow over your face, so the other patients couldn't hear your screams. You ought to pay extra for that. Sicily, love it or leave it.
Visiting...
Behave yourself. Hello, Mr. Weinstock.
Oh, my goodness, as I live and breathe.
Unfortunately.
You're little Dorothy Petrillo.
That's right.
You haven't changed a bit. Same gorgeous smile, pretty eyes, beautiful figure, long golden blonde hair.
You have cataracts, don't you? Very big winker.
It was more than a wink. He came up to me and he put his big masculine arms around my tiny little waist.
I don't believe you.
What?
I don't believe that he put his big masculine arms around your...
And Blanche, this is...
Oh, but you don't have to tell me. From the Gulf Coast to the Atlantic, from the Keys to the Okefenokee, with the 11 o'clock news, this is Jerry Kennedy.
Well, I'm flattered.
From the pit of my stomach to the porcelain of the bowl. Should these be lower?
All right, this is it. Now, don't forget, you've got something he wants.
Yeah. What?
Don't worry, it'll all come back to you. Take your glasses off. And you know, it's a good idea.
सोबत मामी मिरासू मना माय बापुले समजाडिले सू दिले बनाड तुमरी परी दिले बनाड तुमरी परी त्याना लगन अमन करी